Question number 34. This actually is the math reasoning test number 1. Question number 34. So, this question, some parents just ask me how to deal with it. This question actually, the key information actually the testing us is about the concept of average. So, before we jump into the question, we're going to ask the students, how can we get the average? What's the formula to get the average? Actually, average will be equal to the total number, right? The sum divided by the number of the items. So that is the first, actually the basic, the foundation knowledge that the student should be equipped with. And then for this question, actually they tell us there's 60 questions answered in the competition. The average number of the questions answered correctly by all the participants is 44. But they said that the average question answered by the top 75 is 48. Then asking us, what is the incorrect numbers by the bottom of 25. So for this question, actually, if we check with the formula, the information we have been told is average. We know the numbers of average, right? And also, we know the total number of the questions. But the thing is, we are missing is the number of items. In other words, is how many students there. Instead of giving us the specific numbers of the students, they're telling us 75% top one and 25% bottom one. So this is a very common strategy we can immediately think about is we can just randomly take a number since they didn't give us a specific number. So these information we have been given should apply to all number of the students. For the very convenient, what we can see is, let's assume if there's 100 of students. If the 100 of students, the top 75 will be 75 students and with the 25 students at the bottom. So if the total is 100 of students, now we know the average is 44. So average of 44 by 100 of students. So we know the sum of the total correct question made by this 100 student will be equals to 4,400. Right? This is the sum. We know that is in total. Another information they're telling us is the average by the 25%, by the top 25%, which is 75 students. What's the sum of the correct answers they got by this 75 student? We using the same formula, we will know the sum made by this 75 student, that's going to be equals to 44 times 75. So we know that besides this 75 top student, another is the information we want to know is for another 25 students. Let's assume if they getting the question mark, right? That is what the information we need to find out. How many questions they getting correctly. Then we know when we adding this 75 students, the correct number of the questions they got, and plus that the 25 students, the correct answers, the numbers of the correct answers they got, when we adding them together, they should be equals to the total sum of this 100 student, which equals 4,400. So now the things is getting very clear now. So we know 44 times 75. If you can calculate, you know that is 3,600, and then plus 25 times the correct answers, the correct questions answered by this 25 student, that equals 4,400. So 25 times this question mark, they're gonna be equals to 800. So we know the correct answer that by this bottom 25 student, they should be equals to 800 divided by 25. So we can easily get the answer is 32. 32 is the numbers of the correct answer that is 25 students get. So the question asking us is incorrect one. So since the total number question is 60, so we're using 60 minus 32. So the wrong questions actually this 25% student got is 28. So the correct answer is D.